How's it going, everybody? RazingHel here, and welcome back to our second episode of Fall from Heaven 2 campaigns, in which we are playing the Fall of Cuantine or something like that. Mythical names. Mythical names. What are you going to do about it? Yeah, so, as you might recall, at the end of the previous episode, I had actually killed Razier, the Oath Taker. So this time we're going to be a little bit more cautious. We're not going to go ahead and attack this location because apparently my odds currently are not in my favor. So in the meantime, I think we're just going to go over here and hopefully score some XP off of this barbarian village instead. That fortunately did not actually go ahead and kill the scout it was a hunter, that I sent next to it. That's a reference to the previous episode. If you haven't seen the previous episode, you should watch it. It gives you some context as to what's going on here. So finished cartography. Now we can actually build the pack of Nilhorn, which allows us, upon completion, it will give us 3 giants, which are pretty cool. One of the nice things about giants is you can actually use them for pillaging. You can use them for bombarding city defenses. That's a pretty significant advantage there. Because unlike catapults and regular siege equipment, when you have the giants, they can actually get the mobility promotion. So they're like a siege engine, except they have additional movement. They have the potential to have the additional movement as opposed to the siege engines. So one of the things that I'm looking at here, maybe we need some copper. Copper is a strategic resource. We have a couple of options on where to get it. Over here, we have the lizardmen problem, though. We don't have any furs, and we don't have any corn. So overall, this location here looks like a pretty strong argument to make. So let's do that then. We'll also be on the coast if we need to build lighthouses and any sort of ships. My society can now implement city-states. Let's take a look at that once. City-states, really? Because here it is. No, we don't have a lot of distant cities at the moment, so that's not going to be an issue. So, taking a look at the big picture, what should we work on researching next? Obviously, corruption of the fallen. I don't know what it is. We were not supposed to get Razier the Fallen from Orders from Heaven. But that's where the scenario gave us him from. So we don't need to research corruption of spirit then. So maybe we can focus on something a little bit more useful. Bronze working sounds strong. Yeah, we already have that. Perhaps smelting then. How many turns? 45 turns would reveal the iron, which could be a strategic resource that's important to us. Trained a settler, we probably want to work on at least an axeman to accompany that settler. So at the moment, I'm just going to grab all of these axemen, and then I'm going to... maybe not all 3 of them. I want to send at least 2, though. So this one can go back to the capital next turn. Order has spread into horse archers. House Archer. That's an interesting word. Archer. It's like Achare. Oh, I'm sure there's a correct pronunciation for it. But off the top of my head, I can't figure that one out. So we got our second promotion now for Razier. He gains, because he has this hero promotion, he will gain 1 XP per turn until he reaches 100 XP. So instead of giving him another mobility promotion, we're going to go ahead and promote him for combat. And take a look at the odds here, 65.2. So even this village, attacking this village, the odds are really not in my favor. So maybe we will just hang out here for another 5 turns until we get our second promotion. I think I'm not going to unnecessarily take any more risks with him, because I didn't really want to reload the game several times because I made mistakes, but at the same time, I'm not going to play through the entire beginning of the episode again just because I made one mistake. Basically, I would just be playing it pretty much the same as I did that time. So I really don't see much value in doing that. And so therefore we just reloaded. and then played up to that part again. You might be wondering, you know, why am I playing 2 Civilization games in a row? Like, both of these videos are going to be going up like back to back, basically day to day. The truth is, I just really don't have the time to do anything else at the moment. Apparently we can't build a spider pen. So what exact research do we need for that? If we take a look at units over here and then we go down to spider, we should have a spider somewhere. Settler SPI. SPE, SPT, what? ST, SP. Where's the spider? Maybe it's not called, maybe it's it's a giant spider. There we go. We're looking for G. It would really be nice that they had a search thing for this instead of having to look through it alphabetically. The later games, I know especially Civilization 6 had that. So construct a spider pen. We need animal handling, actually, to build a spider pen. So maybe we're not going to be doing that then, because I'm pretty sure animal handling is a little bit... Oh, no, maybe not. It's right here. I thought it was a little bit further along in the tech tree. Maybe I was thinking of animal mastery. Even then, that one, it doesn't require a lot of research points. It's just a little bit distant in the tech tree. So we might end up doing animal handling after all. Let's see how it goes. At the moment, though, the spider is just staying put. And, there's a bear. It'd be nice if I could capture that. I'm pretty sure I don't have a dancing bear. Do I have a dancing bear? We have a wolf pen and a tiger cage. No, we could use a dancing bear. But unfortunately, I imagine this warrior... maybe not. I was going to say the warrior might take the bear out. So where exactly are my hunters at? We have archery units, animal units, recon. There we go. We only have 1 hunter left. That's right, the other one got killed. Maybe that's what I'll build next. Unfortunately, they would need the animal handling promotion. So, yeah, maybe not then. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So we got our copper city going. Let's go ahead and build a road up there and get access to copper. So we built the axemen. Can we build... We can build a scout, but we need a hunting lodge to be able to build the hunter. I don't know. What would be a better alternative for me to build? We build a mage guild, we can train adepts, but I don't think magic plays a big enough role in this mission. Let's go ahead and build the hunter's post. And then we need some culture in here, so what would be nice? Maybe we could build the festival. Now the carnival takes 60 turns, and then we can build the wolf pen in here instead of just like building a monument or something. Then again, I suppose culture is not all that important. Maybe I should build the walls instead. I think, I don't know. Then again, the thing is, the world is largely populated already. I don't see there being a whole lot of opportunity for barbarians to take that city over, but I could be proven wrong. So I don't know if I got anything from that tribal village. Yeah, they gave me gold. So their tribal village was actually still there. 29 gold I got from it. Not all that significant, but like we are losing 7 gold a turn. Let's turn that down to 90. 90% research rate. Seems like I got distracted. Was I going to make a point about why I'm uploading 2 episodes of Civilization back to back? I think I was. And then I got distracted from it. So the reason before it is, what? My worker was destroyed by a barbarian lizardman. Well, okay, I guess we're going to have to build one of those next. So, at the risk of getting interrupted, yet again, the reason for uploading episodes back to back basically comes down to the fact that a lot of the content that I usually try to do is much more formal. And it requires a fair bit more work to do it. So in other words, like research that goes into it, the editing that goes into it can take a bit of time as well. And this is just going to be easier overall. So when I don't have a lot of time, then I guess we sort of default back to more traditional Let's Play kind of stuff. In general, I don't like the Let's Play format as much on YouTube because I think it's a bit of an oversaturated thing, and there isn't as much potential for you to actually sort of stand out. in what you're doing. So let me elaborate on this a little bit. If you're uploading a series of Let's Plays, that means that a certain percentage of your videos are going to be dedicated to one game and one game alone and one playthrough alone. So that's getting very specific. If somebody is not interested in that game, if somebody's not interested in that scenario or that map that you're playing, all of a sudden, all of those videos are like lost opportunities to connect with that potential viewer. So in general, it's better to sort of do like a new topic every single video, even if it is on the same game. Like I could do 2 videos on Civilization 4, but they would be both on different topics of it, like tutorials and stuff like that. Oh, well, anyway, I think that pretty much covers my thoughts on the uploading schedule. It's on sort of the philosophy behind my uploading schedule. An affluent duke in the city of House Acher has passed away. He has bequeathed his fortune to the government. Whoever does that. What would you like to do with it? He was a great man. Construct a monument, +1 happiness in the city for 20 turns, or receive 25 gold. Let's just take the monument. I know it's not as an immediate benefit, but I like long-term investments, I guess you could say. So, Rosier still does not have good odds. Unfortunately. So I think we're just going to be sitting here for another 6 turns with him until he gets another promotion. That's ultimately the conclusion I've come to. I'm not going to risk him again, like I said before. And the gorilla. I wonder if we need some sort of special technology to build the gorilla pen. Because I forgot about the spider cage requiring a different technology for it. So gorilla A, B, C. Where's G? There should be like a freak show? No, that's not it. Well, let's look at units then. I'm pretty sure maybe you can't. Maybe there's no gorilla thing. No building for gorillas. That could be. No, it can construct a gorilla cage. It requires carnival. No, we should be just fine. So, yep. I'll be bringing the gorilla back to my capital. Constructed the hunting lodge. Let's go ahead and build that hunter. I wonder if the bears are still out there. This unit, this warrior here, has not moved. Interestingly enough, is that because they're damaged? No, it isn't. Because they have a 25% fortification bonus. They've obviously been there for at least 5 turns. The wealthiest civilizations of the world. I am the glorious. I am Decius. Yes, indeed. So this Sabbathiel dude, I think is my brother. If I understand the lore correctly. I'm pretty sure he's a brother of mine. I guess those bears can't wait for me to build a hunter. Oh well. There shall be other opportunities. So the overall value of being able to build these like small gorilla pens and whatnot, it has more to do. Wait, spiders have infested something? Oh, so there's a spider down here now. Oh, and look, here are axemen, goblin axemen. Maybe we'll have good odds against them. Get rid of the thing. I want to see the odds. 99.6. Do we dare? Yes, we do. So 1 turn until we get another promotion. Getting back to the topic of being able to construct those small animal pens and stuff, this was mostly designed, if I recall correctly, with the intent of allowing players or giving players the opportunity to have more things to do in the earlier parts of the game. Because as you might be aware, oh, here's a freak. He looks much more intimidating than a 3 strength, doesn't he? But one of the objectives of the adding those additional pens and stuff was because a lot of the early game in Civilization 4 is actually kind of dull. You have one city, and then usually you'll have a couple of scouts, and they'll be moving around exploring the map, and there's little else that usually goes on. So in an attempt to add some flavor to the earlier parts of the game, the developers went ahead and they came up with this idea of using or the ability to capture a lot of the wild animals that are roaming around in the earlier parts of the game and use those in your city. So it gives you like some side objectives there. Pretty decent odds. So let's do that, and apparently we're going to be healing in one turn. I have trained a hunter, yes. What do we want to work on next? If we build a hawk, let's build the hawk, because we can base the hawk on the hunter, and then we can just fly around and explore. It seems a little overpowered to me, but okay. We've constructed a granary. That's right, I don't know. Walls, maybe? A courthouse never hurts, minus 40 maintenance, especially if we're going to have... We should, as a matter of fact, we should be building another worker. I forgot about that. I lost my worker, so 11 turns, and then we'll have another worker. In terms of the hawk, though, right here you can see it. It works a lot like a plane does. So where's my hunter now? I forgot. Here's the hunter. We can choose to rebase the hawk on the hunter. So that'll allow the hunter to the hunter will become like a portable airport in the traditional sense of Civilization 4. Let's build another worker. And the reason this is powerful is because the hawk can do recon, so it allows the hunter to just run around and then send out his hawk and reveal vast tracts of territory, which means that you get your explorations done super quick. So let's go ahead and take that hawk and try some recon mode. As you'll see, it's paged away from it. It revealed this entire area up here. So that's where the bears are coming from, by the way. So we might want to do something about that as soon as we get another promotion for our hunter. So I wonder what the odds are now for this. 79.2%. Maybe we'll wait another 4 turns for our one more promotion, and then we'll attack. 79 is a little bit too iffy yet, considering we immediately lose if we lose the fight. If we lose the fight, we immediately lose the game, in other words. So how... Okay. Right there's the healing salve. It's currently attached to one of the axemen. So I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with this hunter now, because the other hunter has finished doing what a hunter does down south. I guess we're just going to run over here and to the west a bit and take a look at some of the stuff that's going on over there. And this hawk can just go to sleep until the hunter gets to where the hunter needs to go. Why is this hunter taking damage all of a sudden? Maybe it was damaged before and I just didn't notice. So we have another worker. Apparently, I turned on automate workers, so now they're running around all over the place. One thing I need to do is help get rid of those lizardmen. So we're going to build a force of axemen and hopefully march up here and destroy the ruins that the lizardmen are in. And I'm also going to turn off the option to workers start automated. I believe I enabled that when I was towards the end of Civilization 4 Beyond. That's not my worker. I keep clicking on it and I can't do it because it's not my worker. So at the end of Civilization 4 Beyond the Sword... Oh, no, it's Warlords. Then maybe I'm wrong. Apparently at some point I decided that... Oh, I already built... I already built the quarry there. At some point, I decided that I was going to automate all my workers, and that it carried over into the mod, because I never enabled that for the mod. This is a clean install for this mod. Let's go ahead and do construction. It enables bridge building, which is important. We want our roads to be super speedy. And one more turn until we get enough experience for our 4th promotion or so. Let's, here we have the gorilla for the potential gorilla cage. Continue moving him towards the capital. And our first axeman. So I think we have 2 axemen here now, yeah. We're gonna take, I think I at least want 4. The axemen are pretty weak relative to the lizardmen, so we're going to go for overkill on this one. And our 4th promotion, well actually it's our 5th. Because I took the mobility promotion one time, and this is the 4th combat promotion. It's a very confusing name, as I've mentioned other times for that. Do we dare? 90%. Yes, we win. And we need to pillage the jungle altar. Here we go. The confessor walks among the ruins of the lair. Surely the taint Urinil, surely, I messed this entire thing up. This is surely the taint Urinil warned us of. We must eliminate the camp and everyone in it. Rosier is reluctant to follow his command. Many of these twisted men were slaves and captives. By what right do we put them to the sword? The Banner Empire is the sole beacon of hope for this world. Should we allow taint to spread this close to the heart of the Empire? We should try... Like, I'm trying to do different voices here, but it's not working. We should trust our God enough to let innocent men return to their homes. Perhaps you are right. Very well. Commander Decius, should they give their oath to Rosier, I will permit them to return to their homes. And then we should return to the Abbey. Do we get another event here? I'm not sure. Apparently not. Okay, well, then maybe we'll just take out this city next with Rosier. After he heals, of course. Took a bit of damage from that, and another Axeman. So next turn we should get some more events. Oh, you have declared war on Hannah the Iran. Your confessor approaches you as you prepare your army to move. Commander Decius, we have uncovered the source of the taint we discovered in the jungles. In fact, it stems from the ports of the Lauren. We have negotiated trade relations with the Lauren, but apparently they have allowed their cities to be infested by the overlords. We must wipe out every city with the octopus overlord's religion. Rosier says, so you only freed the twisted men in order to track them down and destroy them. If these people have given their souls to demons, their lives are forfeit. If their oaths hold true, they shall dwell with Urnell forever. Either way, we shall protect the banner from this taint, and the power of the good shall not fade nor flicker from the face of Erebus. This seems less of good than of power to me, Decius, says Rosier. So this was a conversation between Rosier and Decius, I think. Your confessor. Okay, the first part was because I was sort of the understanding that this was another conversation between Decius and the confessor, but apparently the first part of it is from the confessor. The second part is from Rosier, and the third part is from me. So we'll see how that goes. Like when I say me, I mean Decius, because I'm the leaderhead, basically, of that civilization. Where did we get another hunter from? Oh, this is the subdue animal hunter. Yeah, let's see if we can get some bears. Let's go bear hunting. As a matter of fact, probably don't want to take this road. That's where the lizard men are. So this hunter got kicked out of these lands. There is a lot to kill here, or to capture. So I see at the moment 1, 2, 3, at least 4 cities we're going to need to take. Hopefully in a short amount of time. So instead of going after that barbarian thingamajig, we're going to go ahead and try to take over these cities. There are quite a few units in here, so we might want to get started on that. Yeah, a little bit worried. She could really throw some significant force at me. I might want to get Rosier home sooner than I thought. So 2 turns are going to be at my borders. Because there's a road that leads right from Kingsport to my Bright Light Abbey city. So we're building the gorilla cage finally. Like that. There's a skeleton from the barrow up here somewhere. We saw it right there's the barrow. Yeah, so how do we get past the lizard men without getting killed? That's the question. Not sure. Here's a horseman. Probably is going to eliminate my hunter. So we should make this one count. Well, I guess we're not going to. I could only move 1 tile, surrounded by forests. What would you like to research? Yes. So now that we're at war, what would be the most advantageous technology to sort of leverage an advantage? We already have smelting, but I don't think we have any iron. So animal handling gives us rangers. Rangers are pretty powerful, like 7 strength. And then we could also build the gorilla pen. They're an upgraded version of the hunter. But I mean, 7 strength relative to stuff like axemen, which are only 4. That's like one of the stronger units around here at the moment. What is the upgrade of the Axemen? I'm not even certain at this point. Because they're like 3 different branches. There's like a religion branch, there's a magic branch, and then you have your sort of regular warfare branches right here. So maybe mercenaries. I'm just not seeing a lot of new units immediately. Like a Royal Guard, it's a mounted unit. It only has 4 strength. You compare that to something like a Ranger with 7 strength. It's like, it's hard to justify going down this branch. There's a crossbowman, but I'm just not seeing any additional melee units. Apparently, I need to work on getting iron. Because the forge gives, no, it just removes the rusted promotion. Stirrups would give us the horse archer. And here we have more mounted units. Like a chariot, it's only 5 strength. I'm going to go with animal handling. It might take a while, but I think that has the best potential for us. Okay. What should we do with this hunter? I'm going to try to scout out as much of this area as possible. The Iran do have a lot of units already. Look at all those units. So they have swordsmen, but they're only 4 strength, which is interesting. Only 4 strength, which is what my axemen are. So maybe my axemen are just a national equivalent of the swordsmen. Can't say at this point, really. I don't remember, I guess, exactly how that worked. Oh, wait, dude, what are you doing? Wake up. Apparently I just fortified the hunter. I didn't mean to. Unfortunately, the hunter is still too close to the stupid lizardmen barrow. They can attack it's called the runes. They can move 2 spaces at a time. Oh well, let's take these axemen and get going. I want to remove that threat as soon as possible. It's the reason I'm doing it. And I guess we're going to build more axemen. Like, I don't really think they have a weakness to anything in particular. There's a skeleton again. And the lizardmen did not attack us, which was nice. Okay, so Razier Oathtaker. Heal there for 2 turns, and then we'll see what's what. So I'd like to get the road here to the copper constructed as quickly as possible. But I also have to be cognizant of the fact that there's a skeleton roaming these lands. So probably should do something about that. Let's fan out here and see what we can take. The skeletons are relatively weak. They only have a total of 1 movement points, unlike the lizardmen. And I constructed a worker in here. Probably want to start, like an archery range would be good. I'd like to build at least an archer for this city, because archers are pretty good defensively. They have a total of 6 defensive strength. So unlike regular civilization, where you could basically just defend with regular units in the city by being offensive, the defensive units in this in Fall from Heaven 2 actually do make sense, you know. So both of these workers decided to approach the objective of building roads from different directions, which is not optimal. Hopefully we can finish scouting this area out. I thought I saw something in the water, yeah. We have a sea serpent over there. So it's a barbarian sea serpent. Ooh. Let's bring the axemen back home. Yeah, so I'd like to get rid of this barbarian village and sort of remove the threat from up north here. I'd like this to be sort of a safe area, so I don't have to worry about defending attacks from that area and just focus on here on the Iran instead, which is what our current war is about. Then I don't have to be fighting on 2 fronts. Okay, we only have 1 lizardman here. Let's see if we have enough units to take it out. I've got 3. It's a 3-to-1 match, but he's standing fortified in a forest. So 2.6, 76%. Okay, we have successfully taken out the lizardmen at a cost of only 1 total unit loss. So it's a 1-to-1 trade, pretty decent. I think they're both 4 strength, indeed they are. And Razier the Oathtaker is full health again, so a little bit apprehensive about running in here, but if I can cause some trouble, I think that would be a good thing. I'm at least going to pillage the road. So that way it helps restrict movement of military units into my lands. Yeah, so that's pretty much the entire map. It's a small map, but that's okay. Let's get back to the hunter and get him into a forest. Do something. Trained the axeman. Trained an axeman. Yeah. I think we want at least 1 more axeman. I'm hoping to upgrade them with a forge or something. I'm pretty sure the forge allows you to upgrade, but I don't remember for sure. So I can't pillage this tile. I have to explore it. So we're going to cast Explore, see what happens. You discovered a cache of iron weapons within the lair. So now my unit has been promoted to iron weapons, which gives him an additional +2 strength. So this is probably one of my strongest axemen that I currently have. Probably should go ahead and put that great commander on him. And we have another skeleton approaching our borders. So I wanted to take a look and see what was in this village. We got 3 archers. That's it. Okay, well, they're not going to be attacking and killing Razier with archers. So let's go ahead and take a worker or 2. We can't attack twice in a turn, though, so maybe I should just retreat. Yeah, we'll retreat. Oh, I also have command, though, so I can use enemy roads with Razier. That is convenient. Maybe I should leave the roads after all. So I've been running around here on these roads. And that is, it's a pretty big boon, actually. To movement speed. This hawk has the promote unit flying. It's an interesting promotion. +1 additional movement range. Well, I'm not sure that was needed. It's like sometimes I feel like I'm slurring my words almost. Try to, distance myself from that habit, but who knows how effective it is. I guess I used my other wolf. No, right there's a wolf. It's a hunting dog. Yeah, so I wanted to, oh wait, I didn't build the festival thingamajig. Yeah, okay, after the walls are finished, then we'll build the festival in Toreliel? Yeah. And let's get rid of this skeleton. Pretty good odds. And the remainder of these axemen, I think we're going to send them over here to deal with this barbarian encampment. We'll see how that goes. So another promotion. For Razier the Fallen, let's go ahead and promote for Combat 5. Now we have a total of plus 100% strength. So it basically makes me like a 16 strength unit. What would the odds be? Only 74% odds against this city of Kingsport. So we're going to need siege equipment, I think. Because apparently, like, we need to reduce the defenses. So siege workshop. Ooh, my cities are just not as productive as I'd like them to be. Alternatively, we can make the Pack of Nilhorn. So like if we look at the trade-offs here, siege workshop 6 turns, Pack of Nilhorn. Then the other thing is like even after we build the siege encampment, we have to build catapults, which take 5 turns. So if we built the equivalent of the Pack of Nilhorn in terms of catapults, because we're going to be using the giants that the Pack of Nilhorn gives us for the same purpose as we would use the catapult. So that's like 3 giants we get. That's 23 turns. Normally a catapult's going to take me 5 turns. So that's 15 turns right there. And then we also still need to build the siege workshop, which is 21 turns. So for an additional 2 turns, we can get actual giants, which have the potential to have 2 movement instead of just 1. So I think that's a pretty strong argument to go for the Pack of Nilhorn instead. And here we have our first swordsman. Odds are pretty decent. So let's just pillage that village, pillage that hamlet, and I guess we end the turn there. So, wow, we got a lot of gold from pillaging those 2 Oh, no, I actually wanted to delete it. Got a lot of gold from pillaging those locations, those improvements, what they're called. The swordsman is a little bit strong. Plus 20% strength. Overall, I'm not sure why my hunter is so bad against it. It shouldn't be. It has plus 20% strength. I think we'll just stick to the woods here, the forest. And hopefully, if he attacks me, I have the odds in my favor now. The Axeman. The Axeman cometh. Not exactly sure if that's an appropriate reference. Okay. I want at least one Axeman defending this city. So for the offensive capabilities. Yeah, she is building up. The Iran are building up. Their military, they have a swordsman in that city now. But I'm just going to go, hopefully, I'm going to go around here and try to pillage some of these improvements to cause some economic devastation. And apparently take out one of the swordsmen. So that's that. Do I dare take one more movement point? No. We're just going to pause here in the forest. And not that it's going to do me a whole lot of good. Well, we actually do have the advantage versus these swordsmen, but we're not interested in fighting them with a hunter. So we're not going to. Yeah, so one of the things you need to, I think, be cognizant of when it comes to... Oh, here we have our wolf. Sleep. When it comes to units that are not capable of being fortified, it also means that terrain defense bonuses will not apply to them either. So since Razir is a mounted unit, he's not going to get any defensive bonus from occupying a tile with a forest in it. And forests have been nerfed in Fall from Heaven. They only provide a plus 25% defensive bonus, just like the hills do. In Beyond the Sword, it's a 50% bonus. So let's get that mine started, that copper mine then. What did I tell you? I was going to build a pack of Nilhorn in my capital. My capital is doing fairly well. We have our happiness balanced out, growing in 4 turns. And really what I need to do is just build another mine here. So one of the problems of having the resource yield turned off, I've found, is that it makes me less aware of what is actually going on in my cities, and then I'm more likely to overlook needed improvements, which is an unfortunate downside. We have a great merchant that was born and a great engineer, neither of which I got. I am so sad. We didn't work on them, so I don't expect anything. No! I actually meant to move Razir, not the Axeman. Okay. So we take out this cottage. I just want to sort of get out of this area so I can heal. So I have decent healing times, but apparently it's going to take okay, we could be here. We could be on top of this hill and heal there. For those of you who haven't seen my other like civilization videos, I've explained this before. The units do not heal as quickly in enemy territory as they do in neutral or friendly territory, so it's important. A Guild of the Nine, it's important to, move your units to a suitable location to heal them in. Otherwise, you're going to find it takes a long time to heal, or a long time for them to heal. What improvements should we be making here? Probably another mine. Make sure the city is productive, and then all of a sudden we'll start seeing buildings being constructed in a relatively short amount of time in that city. I don't think the Axemen are going to be able to take out this barbarian city, so we might have to dismiss that plan. And all of my units have now been upgraded to bronze weapons thanks to me acquiring copper. So that's exactly how that system works. I kind of forgot how it worked. I wasn't sure, but that's how it works. You have to add the resource to your city's network, your trade network, basically. So like we can see, we have copper now in here, and then all units that are in cities will be able to upgrade to those weapons. If we acquire iron, we should be able to upgrade to iron weapons, which will make our units a lot stronger. Now, I should take note of where potentially the Iran have iron. At the moment, they don't. They only have access to copper. But that would definitely be worth pillaging here to help prevent them from getting those more advanced weapons, because then I have to fight against units that have a total of 1 extra unit strength just from acquiring that resource. Pretty sure once they acquire the promotion, though, you no longer have to have iron on your networks, so it's a one-time deal, and that puts the impetus on making sure that never is a copy of iron, a resource of iron connected to their trade network. Just sort of blank, period kind of thing. So our confessor has gained enough passive experience for another promotion. What should we promote for? It's always a tricky one. I think we're just going to go ahead with combat 2 and remove disease. Ooh, we have that promotion. And that's what my hunter over here needs. He has the diseased promotion, right? Yeah. Minus 30 strength. So we're going to bring the hunter down here and we're going to get him healed. Hopefully I can acquire some of those bears then with the hunter after he's healed. That is the plan at the moment anyway. I think 3 axemen is too much for the city. We're going to move 1 down to Bright Abbey. As a matter of fact, I could meet the hunter in the middle. So I'll send the confessor over here, cancel the hunter, and then next turn I'll actually be able to remove the diseased promotion from the hunter. Hope Razier doesn't get killed. Yeah, okay, so let's remove the cure disease, and now my hunter should be back to normal. It still has the mutated spell, which I don't think that affects me at all. Do all of my units have commando? They all do. Oh, really? That's a special promotion for my civilization, I guess. How did I get all that? Because all of my units have commando. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, like even when they don't have any promotions, even the archers have commando. If you're wondering what commando does, it allows you to use enemy roads, and it also gives you an additional first strike opportunity. So this is pretty interesting. Like a lot of my wars are not structured around this concept of where I can use enemy roads against them. So that's going to speed up our movement a lot. Hopefully, anyway. I did pillage that 1 road, which I imagine is not helping the case any. So, there's Razier. He's healed, fully healed, and ready to get back into action. Here's a mine. Let's take that out next turn. Was there a road under it? Yes, there is. So as soon as we get the pack of Nilhorn completed, that's what we're waiting for at the moment. 15 more turns? Really? 13. Is it 13 or 15? It's still 15. Yeah, so once we get this completed, and the growth is currently stagnant, when we complete that, then I'll have the giants needed to take down city defenses, and then we'll actually start our assault in earnest. But in the meantime, we're going to be sending this worker over here to build another mine around my capital, because the production rates are just not that good. Not as good as they need to be. Ooh, my brother is offering me 1 of 2 rice. Sounds like a deal, teammate. And destroy that mine. There is no mine on top of the copper at the moment. But look at all those units. That could be dangerous for me to stay around this city. So one of the things that I could do here are pillage the roads, so that way it's harder for her to move units around between our cities to reinforce. Like at the moment, for example, there's no road here going to, what is that city called? Bolons or Paradera. So that sort of segments these cities into their own blocks, and it makes it more difficult for her to reinforce them. Which means that, I don't have to deal with as many units streaming in, ideally. Hopefully that's what happens. You can just focus on those individual blocks of cities, and they won't be able to reinforce each other. And here's my confessor back home. We'll probably be sending him along for the blessed promotion that he provides. That's one thing I didn't think of when I was running around there with Razier, waiting to get enough experience. I could have promoted him with the blessing promotion. That would have given him just 1 additional base holy combat, which might have been enough for us to attack that one of those vile creatures, whatever the things were called down south with the altar that had to pillage. The tainted creatures, I guess. Okay, here we have a hunter. Let's do some hunting. I think we'll wait until next turn, though, because that way we will have enough movement to retreat after attacking, which I think is important. Okay. The Iran do have hunters, but apparently they don't have rangers. So let's pillage a couple of things here. Pillage these cottages. And then take out the ranger. The hunter, I mean. Then next turn we'll take out another cottage. While defending, your hunter has destroyed a barbarian bear. That's convenient. Don't attack us, we'll attack you. So here's the bear. I got the bear. We can use that to construct a bear pen in my capital for the additional happiness, which is pretty much what I was after when I went up here. I don't know what to do with these axemen at this point. I think we're going to use them to remove that barrow for the skeletons over there after the bear den gets out of the way. When we remove that bear den, then we'll advance the axemen to remove the other thingamajig. So if I cut down this, it removes the forest. Does that also remove the mushrooms? I think it might. So instead, let's work on this hill. Let's build improvements on that one instead. I could try it. We might try it before the end of the episode. Or not the end of the episode, but the end of this campaign. But at the moment, we're not. Can I get these workers? I'm pretty sure I can. Yep. So we scored another worker. I think we'll retreat one space, though. Just to stay out of range of a lot of units that have or they have the ability to move 2 spaces because of roads. A completed Savarus. I'm not exactly sure what that hero requires. I think it has to do with the Octopus Overlord's religion. Heroes. Where's S? SS, here he is. Savarus. World unit, 1 allowed, 25 versus melee, starts with demon and hero. Yes, it requires the Octopus Overlord's religion, plus 2 additional unholy combat. So this is a hero unit, much in the same vein that Raziel the Fallen is, and he is a total of 7 strength against me, I believe, because that plus 2 holy combat adds on to his regular combat. So to combat, plus 7 combat, we're probably going to want to promote our hero here, Raziel, for heroic strength 1. So this will give me an additional 1 strength when attacking. So now, as you can see, if you look at the unit's strength numbers there, it says 9 strength and then /8. That means 9 for attacking, 8 for defending. So as I've mentioned before, does this have a road? No. As I've mentioned before, this is an important point in Fall from Heaven 2. Unlike Beyond the Sword, your units actually have different stats, strength stats, based on whether or not they can get that kind of heroic promotion, or whether or not they're better at defending and stuff. Yeah, there are a lot of units in this city, but let's see if we can pillage a couple things without attracting too much attention. 1 movement left. Okay, we'll just move up there then. And our hunter will take 2 turns to to fully heal. So the axemen stay in their place for that period of time. Constructed the walls. I wanted to build the carnival so we can actually have our borders expand and then acquire the corn resource. That would be very helpful if we want the city to grow. Because at the moment, it's stagnating a significant amount. But that will take a total of 12 turns, which is it's quite a bit of time. I probably should also build... I'm just thinking about it. Probably should also build another settler. But in the meantime, we are a pillaging. We will go. And let's have this bear declare nationality, because otherwise my allies here can attack it. So that's one interesting aspect to units in Fall from Heaven 2, is they can actually have a hidden nationality promotion, which makes them like pirates. In other words, even your allies will end up attacking them. And that's not something we want. We don't want to lose our bear. Our bear is a great bear who will do great bear things. Okay, get rid of the plantation. Get rid of the cottage. I'm a little apprehensive about going into that forest, so let's go over here and get rid of that last cottage. Just a little economic terrorism. Nothing too serious. And there goes the bear. The bear den is... Oh, and then we have another bear. Okay. Another bear is approaching us. So I was going to send these axemen over there to deal with the skeleton barrow. So that way we remove that threat. Hopefully. The thing is, I'm pretty sure instead in areas... This is an interesting distinction to make. Instead of just spawning barbarians in areas that are covered by Fog of War, like up here, I think it might actually be able to spawn in spawning points, like dens and whatnot. And my hunter killed another barbarian bear. So I think we're pretty much stocked now for bears. We have 3 cities, we have 3 bears. And let's cancel. Okay, the bear cannot declare nationality when it doesn't have any movement points. So we're going to have to wait for next turn for that to work. In terms of what we're doing over here, finish off that lumber mill. And then I guess we'll have to wait until next turn to finish off the mine. Wow, we have a zealot coming over here. I think it's using some of the unit assets from the Great Engineer. It's a very similar looking unit. These bears are taking too long to get home. It's like I'm spending too much of my time focusing on that. How is our pack of Nilhorn coming along? 7 more turns. Like I said before, I'm not going to start approaching the cities until I have the pack of Nilhorn completed, and we have the giants. I'm pretty sure nobody else is working on the pack of Nilhorn. It doesn't seem to be a very popular item to build. I think they're called pacts. There's something special. They're not like a usual. They might be rituals. Is that what it is? Yeah, the Pact of Nilhorn is a ritual, so it's not a building or anything. It's just an event that you can create or sort of force to have happen. And we're going to keep the hunter along here for the ride with the axemen because we get better results from tribal villages when we have hunters enter them instead of units like our axemen. So that's why. Pillage that cottage. What else? Let's, can we take out that zealot? I wonder. Yeah, but then I'd end my turn right next to the city. I don't know. Okay. We didn't take too much damage for that. How much further can I go? Okay, we can move 1 more tile, and then I'll pillage. I think I'll pillage. Ooh, they do have iron now. Now this could be a problem. If they can connect iron to their other cities, that'll allow them to upgrade a lot. I'm pretty sure that's the only yeah, at the moment that's the only iron they have access to. So there is this iron here. That's a potential risk, but at the moment they only have in their borders this iron here. So it's pretty important to keep them away from it, I think. And I also need some iron. So if I build another settler, where should I settle? Like I could hope these borders expand. How many turns? 2 turns. Okay, so we have access to iron in 2 turns, hopefully then. One of the downsides to killing that zealot is now I can't attack his workers. And the workers are going to be the sly dogs that ultimately will build the mine that gives the Iran access to iron. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes. Oh, what a bunch of dumb workers. Oh, AI, why do you do what you do? So the workers just sat down and started working, regardless of the fact that I'm standing right next to them, ready to pillage, ready to attack, ready, waiting to strike. I don't know, that's a reference from something, but I forget what it was. So maybe next turn we'll pillage the mine up there, or we could just leave the mine alone. Maybe it's worth leaving it alone. We would just head out from here, go back to some of these other cities, and maybe do a bit of pillaging. Waiting to strike. That is an interesting reference. The reason I remember it is it's from a movie. Whoever said it articulated the point by... Oh, I think it's from like one of the Chronicles of Narnia movies. He's talking about the animals that are lurking in the forest. And when he says waiting to strike, you know, he pounds on the table. So it was a very emphatic point and it was very memorable. in that way to me. If that explains it at all, I'm not sure. Pillaging these roads is ultimately not going to do a whole lot of good because they have connections via port. The Landon, of course, are a very sea-oriented civilization, so they can, as long as they have sailing, they can connect to all their cities via sea trade routes. So, like, if they get access to that iron, it's pretty much over with at that point. And then not the scenario itself, but I mean, like, there's going to be no going back just because I've pillaged a few roads. So let's get rid of those skeleton barrows, or barrows. And we can pick up the golden hammer. Can only be used if there is a golden hammer unit in the stack. Aids. Okay. I think we'll just get the goody hut first. Gives your unit experience. Well, so much for getting better results with a hunter, huh? I don't think additional experience is really that valuable for a hunter. Could be wrong. They do upgrade to rangers. Maybe it's not as bad as I'm thinking it is, but let's build another mine with these workers. Oh, we also need, where is my second worker? Okay, my second worker's here. We need to build a mine on top of that iron, get access to that as quickly as possible. 4 more turns to go to the pack of Nilhorn, and we now have access to rangers. So that's pretty good, much stronger. We'll see if we can do some upgrading there, and then get access to those units. Gonna heal Razier the Fallen. And since we're using our rangers for other stuff besides killing animals now, or capturing animals actually, I think we're going to be promoting for combat 3. Take a turn, 3 turns to heal there. And what unit should I use to explore this lair? This unit already has the iron weapons promotion, but it's very dead. So maybe we should use this unit. I mean, what's the worst that could happen to it? Come on, explore. The lower level of the lair is partially submerged. Touching the water fills your unit with a vision that drives him mad. The commander of Tor Alessi sends his thanks for clearing the barrow. He has some siege equipment commissioned that he no longer needs and gifts it to your war effort. Really? So we get some siege equipment? I'm looking. Not seeing the siege equipment. Where is it? Oh, it's on the tile? No, it's not. So this unit now has the Crazed promotion, which means it will randomly get the Enraged promotion, which means that I can't control it when it does that. Let's pick up the Golden Hammer. Take Golden Hammer. What does it do? +1 attack strength. Hey, that's pretty useful. It's a good thing we went ahead and cleared that barrel. We'll actually be able to use the Golden Hammer with Razier, I'm pretty sure, to increase his strength even more. Okay, so we got a catapult. Not that significant, but at the same time, you know, I'll take what's offered. Like a siege unit is a siege unit. Okay, we can build our dancing bear. Construct dancing bear +1 happiness +3 culture. 1 turn. Excellent. So what should we research next? So we finished that, the animal handling technology. We might want to go after something. I'm not sure. Like I've said before. Okay, we should go for ironworking, most definitely. I missed this unit before. It's a unique unit for my civilization, but it has 25% versus melee units, starts with a strength of 5, which means if we have iron weapons, we will get that all the way up to 7, which will be pretty significant. So, ironworking 30 turns, we'll be done with that. And let's attack that worker. You shall not build improvements there, good friend. He built an improvement there, though, anyway. It's a farm. How many units are in that city, out of curiosity? They are building their army faster than I'm killing them. That is the unfortunate part. Okay. Here's the unit with the crazed, or the potentially crazed promotion. So I think we just should promote them for as much strength as possible, and hopefully whatever they attack when they're enraged, they will kill, and then I'll get it back. So that pretty much does it for this episode, I think. It's another hour in. Things are looking rather interesting, I think. We have to take out the entirety of this civilization except for their capital. So it's at least 4 villages to conquer. We are 3 turns away from the pack of Nilhorn being completed. Focus on production, guys. Come on, complete that as quickly as possible. 2 turns away from completing the pack of Nilhorn, and then we will start launching our all-out offensive against the Irin, or Hannah of the Irin. So thank you very much for watching, as always, and I hope to see you next time.